Hey brats, it's your girl Mia, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the mods and overrides I use to make my game feel aesthetic and immersive. I've been playing the Sims franchise for so long at this point, and now I can never play with a vanilla game. Like, it's just too boring and ugly to me. If you feel the same way and want to turn your game from looking like literal Play-Doh to a personalized, cozy, aesthetic experience, then make sure to stay tuned.
Who is that fine babe?
So starting off, we are going to start with my gameplay mods and my overrides. The first mod we're going to be talking about is the Sunblind lighting mod by Softer Haze. In my opinion, Sunblind is the best environment lighting mod out there. It completely overhauls the lighting of the game and makes it look way more realistic. Okay, so this is what a sunset looks like. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm telling you guys, the Sunblind lighting mod is gorgeous. I used to hate playing in worlds like Willow Creek because the lighting, even outside during a sunny day, was always so blue and lifeless and just sad. But with Sunblind, it changes the look and atmosphere of Sims 4 worlds and make your game feel so much more immersive. Definitely make sure you check out the actual Sunblind page so you guys can see exactly what it does before you add it to your game. It's also a very big mod and kind of hard to install, so just make sure you are looking up the tutorials on the page and everything so that way you can install it properly and you don't completely break your game. The next mod is a lighting mod, and it is by Northern Siberia Winds, and it is called the Better In-Game Lighting mod. So before this, I was using the No Blue and No Glow mods, which had been a staple in the Sims 4 community for a very long time, but I have lately been enjoying the Better In-Game Lighting mod just because it completely overhauls the lighting in game, making everything feel much more bright and inviting. I realized after playing with it once that I truly cannot play my game without it. Sims would just look so blue and depressing, especially my darker skinned Sims, but now everyone just looks so good and I feel like the tones have evened out a lot more. The last gameplay mod we are going to talk about is the HQ mod Toggle. So this is a simple mod, but it makes such a huge difference for me. I have a beefy computer, so my game was already set on Ultra, but with the HQ mod, it just changes the textures to 2048 by 4096, which looks so much better. It also allows you to toggle it on and off while in game. So if you have a smaller computer that can't handle higher textures, but want to use the HQ mod when taking screenshots, then this mod is perfect for you. So now we're going to move on to some gameplay overrides, and this is my favorite part of the video because all of these overrides have completely overhauled my game and have really made a difference, at least for me, for my gameplay. So the first override we're going to talk about is by Miko, and it is the Fluffy Clouds override. This override just makes the clouds look so dreamy and it gives it a more realistic look. Next, we have the K-Hippie terrains. Oh my god, my game is nothing without these terrain replacements. I always had a problem with The Sims 4 looking like a Play-Doh child's game, but this terrain replacements turns those smooth textures HD. Okay, so the next thing we are going to talk about is the Kiki YW billboard overrides. So these come both in a base game version and also a San Myshuno version. So you can get both of them, but the San Myshuno version obviously requires city living, and right now we are in San Myshuno. But I just love these replacements. Like, they literally just replace all of the billboards around your city to have more customized billboards, more like realistic looking billboards. You know, they don't look like random Sims and stuff. They're actually like, they look like they're like actual models on these billboards, and I love that so much. It looks so good in the game. And I also got some for Del Sol Valley, so let's go ahead and check that out. Okay, so I had to go into build mode for this on like a public lot. As you guys can see, there are also some billboards in Del Sol Valley. These are the Billboard Overrides in Delta Valley by Sims Therapy. So yeah, as you can see, there's just more custom billboards. These might actually be my favorites. Like, look at this, so cunty. Look at that. Oh my god, these might be my favorite. But yeah, once again, like I said, it just kind of makes your save file look at that. Look at the 3 of them. In my opinion, it just makes your save file look so much better, so much more realistic, because who's gonna look at those freaking sim billboards? Like, they just look strange. So these just kind of make it look much more realistic, much more catered to, you know, to a custom taste. I definitely love these. These are definitely my favorites. So the next override I want to talk about are the default vehicle replacement by Black Life Sims. So basically all it does is it's going to replace your, like, the regular vehicles that drive around. It's going to replace them and just make them look much more realistic. They won't really look like Roblox cars anymore. Now they're going to look like actual cars that you would see on the street. So I honestly really like this one. Oh my god, they're going by so fast. I honestly really like this one because, you know, if you're ever trying to record like a machinima, or you just kind of want to make like a cute little intro and you want to record these cars but you don't want to look like, you know, somebody who's playing Roblox, I love how realistic these cars look. Like, they just look so much better. It just overrides all the cars in the game to look like that, and honestly I love that. I love that it looks much better. I think there's some park cars back here too, so I can show you guys them as well. And as you guys can see, once again, they just look much more realistic because of the override. So one of my favorite overrides, definitely. I just think it makes the world look much more realistic. The next override is by GShades, and it is the tram override. So it's a very small one, but this override just makes the trams in Willow Creek look less vibrant and more pastel. I just feel like it looks so much better to me. Okay, so we have 2 more overrides to show off. So first we are going to talk about the boat override by Large Tater Tots, and basically that just overrides all of the boats in your game, and it just changes them to, it just basically takes out all the bright colors in your games and changes it to much more neutral colors. Honestly, I love it. I think it looks great, and it just looks much more aesthetic and just much more pleasing to the eyes than like those bright yellow boats and bright green boats, and just, they were just too much in my opinion. Finally, the last override is the Brimson Bay Lighthouse Override by Large Tater Tot, and it basically just kind of changes that crusty, dusty, brownish, yellowish, goldish lighthouse into a much more simple looking lighthouse. It's really not that big of a deal, like it's not that big of a change, but in my opinion, this just looks so much better, in my opinion, like than that freaking vibrant golden color. I like that it's much more toned down, and it's just a lot more simple. Like, look at that. That looks so pretty. This is Future Mia. I also forgot to add the next set of overrides, which are some map replacements. So I have 2 map replacements currently in my game, just because one of the map replacement creators have not updated their map replacements in a while, but I literally cannot play my game without map replacements. Like, it is just, it's unplayable. Like, looking at the base game map and like looking at this, like the difference is huge. So this one is made by GShades, and I just like all the houses and stuff in the background and how the trees look, and it just looks like, look at the little boat. This just looks so much better than the actual base game map, and it looks so realistic to me and just so aesthetic. Like, I cannot play my game without these maps. And then the 20th Century Plum Bob one, we're gonna look at the one for Tomarang, and once again, you guys can see, look how realistic these maps look. Like, Sims 4 could never. The main base game, Sims 4, could never. I cannot play my game without these maps, and I feel like no one in the Sims community can. Like, if you don't have these overrides, these map replacements, please go get it. They're very easy to install. You literally just need to drop it in your Sims 4 mods folder. I'm gonna show you guys what a world looks like without it, because I don't have the one for Chestnut Ridge yet. This is the Sims 4 base game map. Look how Play-Doh these rocks look. Disgusting, ugly. I'm gonna put a screenshot in here to show you guys what one of the fan art maps look look like versus what I'm looking at right now. Like, I need to put the Chestnut Ridge version in here as soon as possible. I just haven't had the time to, but this is what the Play-Doh Sims 4 base game Chestnut Ridge map looks like versus the fan art ones. It looks so much better. Like, oh my god, the rocks and the 20th Century Plum Bob version looks so HD. Like, it literally looks like how a map, like, I feel like this is what Sims 4 should have did. They need to hire these map artists for their game and like pay them, because this looks so much better than what the Sims 4 has created. So definitely go ahead and download these. You need to. I'm telling you, you need to download these map replacements. Last but not least, I'm gonna show you guys 4 of my personal favorite G-Shades that I normally use while I'm playing my game. So right now I have my G-Shade turned off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back on, and we're gonna start with the first G-Shade preset. And the first G-Shade preset is by Fieldafe. I think that's how you pronounce it. I use this preset mainly for screenshots because, like, as you can see, just look at that. Like, this is literally a perfect screenshot preset. Like, the way it blurs out the background and it focuses mainly on your target is just perfect. And I love the colors in this one. I just love this preset so much. Like I said, I mainly use it for screenshots, not really for gameplay because of the depth of field. Now, of course, you can turn the depth of field off by going into your G-Shade thing and just turning off depth of field right here, and you can still play it without it. I really like the depth of field though. I just feel like it just, especially for screenshots, like, it just is so immersive looking. Like, look at that. This literally just looks like a screenshot from like Life is Strange or something out of a game. Like, this is one of my favorites. Like I said, I use it mainly for screenshot purposes just because I mean, you can't really play the game properly with this one. Like, you can't see the UI so by the depth of field, but I definitely wanted to include this because, like, I could not believe my eyes when I downloaded this. Like, just look at this. It's so amazing for screenshots. Like, this is beautiful. So the next preset is called Selkuth 1.1, and I cannot say the name of who it's by, so I'll definitely pop it on the screen because I do not know how to pronounce that. But this one is my favorite gameplay preset. It does also have the depth of field, but I can just turn that off with a hotkey. And I just love this one just for gameplay purposes because it's so bright. Like, look at my sim. She looks so pretty with this preset on. It's literally just so brightening and just, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's one of my favorite preset, and I just love the way it looks. I love how bright everything is. It kind of also gives it like a pink tone to it. So I mainly just use it for gameplay purposes. I do like sometimes to take screenshots with it, like of my sims, if I like really want to, because it's still a really pretty preset. Oh my god, I forgot, she's one of my sims that still uses alpha hair. I do not use alpha hair much anymore, but I forgot that I made her use it. But yeah, so you can just see, like, I just feel like even with like darker skin tones, this preset is just so pretty and it's just perfect for gameplay. I have no lag. I never really have lag with my G-Shades anyways, but like really beefy ones do sometimes get me. But yeah, I love this preset. It is literally just so pretty and so bright, and like I said, perfect for gameplay. So, and it doesn't affect your UI or anything like that. You know, it's not like super bright and blinding. The only issue I have is with the max out, but you can once again turn the max out off, which if you guys don't know what a max out is, it's the shadows. So I can turn the shadows off if I really need to in order to use this G-Shade. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite. If you've been keeping up with my Boba Tea Tales Let's Play series, you will notice me using this preset. Okay, so the next preset is by Emil, and it is called Pearl. This one is also very pretty. As you can see, I mainly like it because of the background. If you look at how the blur effect works, it looks like an oil painting, and this one is gorgeous. I've seen a lot of people use this on Sembler for screenshots. You could use it for gameplay as well. This is another one of my favorites for gameplay. I mainly like to use Selkuth because of the pink tones, but if you're looking for something a little bit more realistic, this one is perfect. I actually might start using this one for gameplay because I really like how warm everything looks. But yeah, it's a very pretty G-Shade. Like I said, I see so many people using this G-Shade. Like, wow, look at this. This is gorgeous. I never actually tried this G-Shade in Oasis Springs, which is why I'm kind of gagged right now because I've tried it in like other worlds and like it's always super duper bright, which is why I don't use it that much. But in Oasis Springs with this like sunset right now, or sorry, sunrise that's happening, it's gorgeous. What a gorgeous G-Shade. I actually might make this my main one. love it. And finally, we have Areas by Rivzai. So this one does look a little bit strange. If you kind of look at the difference between like on and off, it's not that much of a difference, but I feel like this one is like perfect for the fall. I mainly use it for Create a Sim, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like in Create a Sim because it does darken my Sims a little bit, so I feel like it's a lot easier for me to edit them so I can kind of see what their features are looking like and stuff. But this is like my first time really looking at it in game, and it's still really pretty. Like compared to without the G shade and with it on, it just gives it more of a brown tone. I feel like this would be perfect for the autumn seasons. Like right now my game is in the summer, but I feel like during the autumn seasons this one would be perfect because it just works well with brown tones in my opinion. So yeah. To finish, we are going to talk about some Create a Sim stuff. So starting with some Create a Sim lighting mods. I have a few Create a Sim lighting mods in my game. I just feel like lighting mods in general in your game is going to make a complete difference to what your Sims look like and what the clothing looks like and everything. So the first Create a Sim lighting mod I want to talk about is the one by GShades, and this one is a part of their Create a Sim replacement set. And I like this mod because it kind of gives, if you look closely, I'm using one of the versions from the set, and basically the top part of the set is kind of like a spotlight while the bottom part of the set gives more of a shadow. I honestly really love this one, or I really love this lighting mod because it kind of just makes your pictures look a lot more unique than just the plain simple boring EA base version. So yeah, that's the reason why I started using it, because I just love the spotlight it gives, and I just feel like it focuses mainly on your sim, especially their face, which I feel like you take the most time working on your sim's face anyways. So yeah, I really love this one. To name a few other of my favorite lighting mods that I have used in the past, we have the Gentle Create a Sim lighting mod by Northern Siberia Winds. Then we have the Immersive Lighting by Lumia Sims. Then we have some Sims 4 Create a Sim lighting mods by Breezy Trait. Then we have the Create a Sim lighting mod version 4 by Helga Tisha. Then we have the Realistic Create a Sim room lighting by Squia. And finally, we have the Create a Sim lighting City Light, Neutral Light, and Torchlight variants by Simply, I cannot pronounce this, I think it says Anjuta. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Create a Sim background section, which is definitely my favorite part of Create a Sim. I love changing out my backgrounds whenever I feel like it. So the first Create a Sim background, once again, just like the lighting, is by GShades, and it is a part of their Create a Sim replacement set. I chose the gray one just for simpler pictures. Normally, I like for my backgrounds to have a lot going on, and I like for them to be a lot more in your face and bold, but whenever I want to take simpler photos, kind of like hair suggestions or lookbooks, using this gray plain background is so perfect because it allows you to focus solely on the sim and not everything else that's going on in the background. So I love this set. I feel like I said before, this has been very popular in the Sims community just because of that reason. So just like the lighting, I am going to be suggesting some other Create a Sim backgrounds that I personally used in my game and kind of like swapped out for. The second one is actually something that's my most used background, and I always swap out for this one whenever I want to like do gameplay, and that is this Create a Sim background called Marisol by Fern West Sims. Then we have some more solid color backgrounds by Helga Tisha, and these are just if you don't want that reflection on the floor that the fixated one gives you. These just give you some plain backgrounds without the reflection, and they come in a bunch of different colors. So the fixated one only came in like a few of the like white and gray shades, while this one comes in a bunch of different like darker colors, red to black and things like that that you could use. Next is the old school Creative Sim background by Little Dika. I love this one personally just because it reminds me of The Sims 3. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. I really feel like it just brings me back to the Sims 3 days. The next Creative Sim background is by Zarela, and it is Zarela's SimTuber Creative Sim Room. And I just thought this one was so pretty, and I just loved the background and how it looks. And I feel like, you know, for those girlies who are SimTubers and stuff, I feel like this is such a pretty Creative Sim background. I used it for a while before I switched over to the Marisol background. So the next Creative Sim background, which is also one of my favorites, is the Camellia Creative Sim background by Bloomberry. This is just so pretty. It literally just gives me Tinkerbell vibes, and I just love when there's like a lot of grass and like flowers and stuff everywhere. I just feel like it's so pretty and it just looks so magical, like, and I love it so much. Next, we have the Catalina Creative Sim background by Pilar Leon. Once again, another pretty background. This one gives me a bit of like wedding vibes, or kind of like you're, you know, at your second home and you're changing in front of a mirror. Like, it's just so bougie to me. I really, really like this one. And I used this one for a few days, not that long, because it is very pretty, but I kind of like stuff with a lot more plants going on in the background. This was a little bit too simple for me, but it's still so pretty. And just, I feel like a lot of you guys would like this, especially if you're into the whole aesthetic look and kind of like clean girl look. This is definitely for you. And finally, we have some Creative Sim backgrounds by El Craze. Now this page has like all of El Craze's Creative Sim backgrounds, so I wanted to suggest it because I told you guys I love to change my background. Like, I don't like just sticking with one background. I love to change my background. So as you can see, like, she has so many different kinds: Hello Kitty, Karumi, bookstore Creative Sim background. There's a bunch of plain ones, a Halloween Creative Sim background, mushroom, look at this blue themed Creative Sim background. Like, she has so many different kind of Creative Sim backgrounds, and I feel like it'll be fun to kind of like switch out for like the season. So for example, October is coming up, so I might try out this background just because the fall season is coming up and you may want to just switch it out for something more fall themed. I think that kind of makes the game fun and personalized to you because you can literally change it whenever you feel like. So next, we are moving on to loading screen. So the first loading screen, and the loading screen that I have been using literally nonstop, like I don't think I'm gonna end up changing this one for a while because it's so pretty, and that is the Pink and Dreamy loading screens by Ash Legacies. I just think these loading screens are so pretty. I'm currently using this one with the little house, but all of these are so pretty, and I like hikey wish that someone makes like a loading screen mod that like allows you to change your loading screens, because right now you only can have one loading screen in at a time. But imagine if like there's different loading screens every single time you go somewhere. Like, I want all of these. It would be so pretty, but right now you can only have one. So the one that I currently have is this one right here, but all of these are so pink and pretty, and I just love them so much. The next loading screens are called Purple City loading screens, also by Ash Legacies, and once again, these are so pretty. I used to love purple. I'm more of a pink girly now, but back in the day, girl, I was a purple girly. Like, you could not pull purple from me, okay? I loved me some purple, and these are just so pretty and just dreamy, and like at some point when I get tired of the pink, I might switch to these because they just look so pretty. I feel like these two by Ash Legacies are just a must-have in your game. Like, you need at least one of them. Like, her loading screens are so pretty. Next, we have some Spirited Away loading screens by Anna. Next, we have some lo-fi loading screens by Subi Sims, and I put these in because once again fall is coming up and I was kind of looking for some peaceful, kind of like Life is Strange, cozy loading screens, not really super vibrant like I've been showcasing. So I found these and I was like, these are perfect, especially this one. It's giving fall, it's giving snuggling up in this corner with a, you know, cup of coffee or a cup of hot cocoa, reading a book in your little book corner. Like, I was like, these are perfect for the fall, and even not just for the fall, like in general. Like, look at this, it literally looks like Oasis Springs. Like, this is such a cool shot, and this too, like, this is just giving anime. Like, I just thought these were definitely very cozy and cool looking. Finally, we have the Hartwell Haven loading screens by Bougie Chloe, and I added these, as you guys can tell, because of all the greenery, and these are actually taken from in-game, so I feel like it'll kind of feel a lot more immersive since these are like actual in-game screenshots. So even though you didn't take them, they still look like somewhere on the Sims 4 map. So I just thought I had to add these because these are so beautiful and just so peaceful. Once again, all the greenery just makes a huge difference. All right, brats, so that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I just feel like I wanted to share these mods because without them I could not play The Sims. I'm sorry, but my game has to be pretty for me to enjoy it. Like, if it's not pretty, I don't want to play it. So I really wanted to share these, and I really hope that you guys found something. Even if you didn't download everything, I really hope you found something from this video helpful, and I really hope it made a difference in your game. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can leave them down below or message me on my Tumblr, which is also linked in the description. You can also come and join my Discord, which is also linked down below. But yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to check out my Boba Tea Tales of Legacy challenge, and I will see you guys next time.